Hi drummers, hope you're well. Right, little speed builder workout for you here for a straight eighths feel. Now I've done several, in fact, speed builder workouts, and I did one the other day, and it was straight eighths feel, triplet feel, and 16th note feel, and I did it all with on the hi-hat a kind of Moeller-style whip motion, which I tend to use probably the most often on the hi-hat. And a couple of my students and a few people watching made a really good point that actually they said, well, what about the other sort of ways of hitting a hi-hat? And that's exactly right. So what I'm going to do here is actually do a straight eighths feel with the three sort of main techniques, if you like, or methods that drummers would use for hitting the hi-hat. First of all, we're going to do it with regular wrist movements, right? So if this was my hi-hat, just straight up and down from your wrist like you do at grade 1, grade 2. Like the tip of your stick is a basketball that's bouncing, hinging at your wrist, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and nice even volume, even flow, nice basic stroke. Secondly, we'll do it with a Molar-style whip, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and basically accenting the quarter note as we play our eighth notes. And finally, we'll play it with finger control. So this is going to be throwing your stick down from your wrist for the first note, letting it bounce up, hinging here between your finger and your thumb, and we're going to play the other strokes, all the other strokes, with our fingers, just giving it a little push each time. Now, I've got videos about all these techniques. I'll link to those in the description below. But that's the basic idea. So I'm going to rattle through the whole speed building drill of starting slow, getting faster, and we're going to get up into that improvement zone where we can just about do it. It's a little bit of a stretch. That'll be different for everybody, so you don't have to follow exactly what I'm doing here. Just basically hold on as long as you can. Or you might go faster than me, I don't know. But you don't have to follow exactly what I'm doing here. And I'll do it firstly with just wrist movements on the hi-hat. Then I'll do it with a Molar-style whip on the hi-hat. And then I'll do it with finger control on the hi-hat. I've also got videos doing things like contrasting where you'd use these different techniques and stuff like that. So I'll link to those in the description below. And one final thing to say about this before we crack on is actually drummers, I find, that often will use a combination of these techniques in different settings. So what I like to do is drill them in the practice room when I'm doing this sort of practice, drill them as separate things. Again, wrists, Molar-style whip and finger control, but in the real world of playing, any one of those and any combination of those can sound good depending on what musical situation you're in, and feel free to use them when you're making music, completely different from practice drills, whatever combination fits the bill, man. So, and as ever, I'll put a pinned comment in the comments below saying the start time of the play-along version, which will be now. So here we go, straight eighths feel, 3 bars groove, 1 bar fill, wrist movements. We'll go slow, pick up speed as we go. Here it comes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So absolutely basic version of a groove. Drum fill, here we go. So picking it up a little bit. And here comes the drum fill. Okay, getting a little faster. And drum fill, here we go. And drum fill. Okay, we're picking it up now. And drum fill. And drum fill, here we go. And drum fill. And drum fill. And drum fill. And drum fill. Cool. So the big thing with that is obviously as you get faster, if you're just playing from the wrist, it can get a bit jerky. And the one thing it's really great for, I think, is punk music, man. If you're or high energy music of that sort, when you want that relentless kind of aggressive on your hi-hat, if you want that, great. Often we don't, but if you do, if you're playing in a punk band and you're playing some Green Day or whatever, and you want that feel, great, makes perfect sense. Okay, next one, Molar-style whip. This is going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2. And here comes the drum fill. Crash into the groove. Picking it up slightly. And here comes the drum fill. Okay, working it up. And drum fill, here we go. And here comes the drum fill. Okay, quite a bit quicker. Drum fill. And drum fill. And drum fill. And drum fill. And drum fill. All right, that was that one. And lastly, the finger control, so bouncing the stick and using your fingers each time to give it that little push. This one, funnily enough, is kind of tricky to play slow. I think the whole kind of thing with this, the whole vibe is it's got a bit of momentum to it. So we're going to play moderate speed and work it up. Here we go. 1 and 2 and fingers all the way. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and drum fill. Here we go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and here comes the drum fill. And drum fill, here we go. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and here comes the drum fill. Cool, and so different vibe there, kind of very even volume, kind of lighter, bouncy, getting those fingers to work. Cool, so that was your little play-along speed builder using all three of the main sort of techniques of way of playing on a hi-hat that a drummer would use. Thanks so much for watching, see you soon.